Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop, yeah. I'm so handsome, all in Carmine's with my Vans, I'm so fancy. No romancing, got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill.
What's up everybody, it's PJ the Great. I hope you're having a super beautiful day. And if you're new here, I do videos just like this as well as ADHD tips. So if that sounds like your jam, consider subscribing. And to all of my returning subscribers, what's up fam? Welcome back. Alright, so today is going to be considered like a follow-up video to the previous two videos that I've done about Baby Bleu. Yes, I am done with the updates. I should have made this a series and shared with you all the updates that I was doing to get to this point, but I didn't know I was going to be doing all these updates. So now that it's finally done, I'm going to share it with you now. Yeah, Ryzen 7. As I'm always doing, I'm like just surfing around on Amazon and eBay, and I came across a crazy deal for a used Ryzen 7 1700 for only 140 bucks. And those things are going new right now at the time of shooting this video. I think roughly $170, $180. So when I saw that, I was like, I just bought the Ryzen 5. But this is a great opportunity, I gotta pick it up. And to keep said chip cool, I picked up one of these Corsair H60. This is the newer version, to keep it cool while I was overclocking it. I noticed that when I was overclocking it, the temperatures weren't that bad under the Wraith Prism cooler that originally comes with the Ryzen 7 2700X, but my VRMs were getting like extremely hot. Lo and behold, I picked this up, it was like $65, and I probably shouldn't have, because the VRMs that's what was causing the issues on my motherboard. It really wasn't the temperature of the Ryzen 7 1700. And in regards to the case that I'm using, which I'll get to in a few, I didn't really have a choice of picking up a 240 or 280 or 360 of an AIO. I mean, I did if I wanted to put it on the front of my case, but I'm not too keen on that idea. I like as much fresh air coming into my PC as possible, and mounting on the front would just mean that the fresh air would be coming in through the radiator, and then the radiator would be spitting hot air into the case. And as far as the motherboard that I'm using, as you know, in the initial build I had that Gigabyte S3H. I have a full ATX case, so I wanted a full ATX motherboard. So I picked up the Asus ROG Crosshair 6 Hero. That's the X370 model. I know if you go on Amazon or if you go on Newegg, the Crosshair 6 Hero, this is the one that doesn't have Wi-Fi, is pretty much running like $224. Well, kind of got a killer deal on the one that I picked up here. Only paid $99.99 for it with free shipping on eBay. Now, how did I do that? Well, this was a refurb from Asus. Plus, this motherboard came with nothing. You just got the board and that's it, which really doesn't bother me. I mean, the only thing that really bothers me is the lack of the I/O shield, but how often do I look at the back of my computer anyway? Alright, so now let's talk about the RAM. Well, I bought more. I now have 32 gigs of RAM running at 3000. And is it overkill? Yes and no. I'm primarily a content creator, so the more RAM you can have, the better. So why did I pick up another 16 to make this 32? Future-proof myself, because I know I'm not going to go any higher than 32 gigabytes of RAM. I could put 64 in here, but that, I think, honestly, is total overkill. Okay, so let's talk about the GPU, or GPUs, I should say. I purchased that Power Color RX 580 for my 2010 Mac Pro. Thus, the EVGA NVIDIA GTX 680 classified that was in that Mac Pro was going into Baby Blue, and that's exactly what happened. But I started to think. The business side of me started to think, since that card was flash for Mac, a lot of Mac Pro enthusiasts want this card because it gives them the boot screen and it's a pretty powerful card at that. I decided to sell it. I was feeling generous and I just wanted to get rid of it, so I sold it for $250, and it sold quick as I thought it would. And when I sold it, I picked up this. This is the Radeon RX 570 Armor from MSI. And this card is a great card. I got it for $105. But I used this thing for like maybe 2 weeks, and I came across something else on eBay. I need to stay off of eBay. This is the Radeon RX 580 Sapphire Nitro Plus Special Edition, 8 GB. The performance difference between this guy and this guy is negligible. It's like maybe 10% difference. So why did I get this? I got it because it was blue. It was purely aesthetic because everything in this build is blue. I mean, I do game a little bit now, so it will be better than that RX 570, but not by that much. As far as video editing and DaVinci Resolve 16, not really going to see a difference, and I haven't really seen a difference to justify it. That Power Color RX 580 Red Devil, I sold it. I sold it for $135, and thus making this $5. And then I took this guy, the 570, and put it in my Mac Pro, and I haven't seen a difference between this and the Red Devil in the Mac Pro. So it is hot up in here. It's pretty much summertime in Vegas, and I'm trying to shoot this with 2 lamps shining on me, no fan and no AC, just so I don't get any noise in the video, and I'm burning up. Gee. Okay, so what is your boy doing for storage? Initially, when I started this build, I used that 1 terabyte Diarrhea SSD as my main OS drive and apps, and then I threw in that 3 terabyte Hitachi hard drive. That Samsung H60 Cuvo 1 terabyte that I bought for my Mac Pro, well, I pulled it out of my Mac Pro and I put it in Baby Blue. Mac is not going to take advantage of the Samsung Magician software because it's not supported, but it's supported on PC. And remember that Micron 1100 SSD, the 2 terabyte one that I picked up? That's in Baby Blue as well, and I'm using that as my main storage drive. So that's where I store like my Steam library and my Epic Games library, all of my documents, downloads, music, what have you. All of that is being directed to that 2 terabyte SSD. And that 3 terabyte Hitachi hard drive is still in here. I like to save everything onto a hard drive, and then when that year is over, pull that hard drive out and store it somewhere off-site as a secondary backup. It's still in there, and I'm going to use that for 2020 because I already have a 2019 one in my Mac Pro. It's staying in here because as we move into 2020, I'm going to try and move into editing full-time in DaVinci Resolve 16. And going back to that motherboard, it did not have Wi-Fi. I don't really need it because I'm using LAN, but I picked up a Wi-Fi adapter anyway, only because it also has Bluetooth 5.0 on it. So I got that installed in here. And last but not least, the case. But I picked up the Raid Max Monster 2. I wanted a white case. I always wanted a white case. I was going to save that for a Hackintosh build, but I decided to do it on here because I decided not to build a Hackintosh. I'm just going to hold on to my 2010 Mac Pro. So I like this case because it's full ATX. The ventilation, I wasn't too happy with it. I mean, the front of the case supports 220 millimeter fans or 140 millimeter fans. I jerry-rigged it. I have one 140 at the bottom and two 120s at the top. It has these little grills on the front that you can pull out if you're going to use those bays. I left the grills in and I just drilled holes in it so I can get better air ventilation, and it's working just fine. Cable management is like awesome. It's amazing. I love the size of it. I have the little white extension cables to give a little accent to play off of the white of the case. And then I have all blue fans. They're all AIO fans. Even the one that's on the radiator, I didn't use the Corsair fan because it's ugly and it doesn't have RGB. So that ZR12 review that I did, I'm using that on the radiator in there. So the whole inside is decked out in blue LEDs, hence Baby Blue. And the funny thing about it too is like blue's not even one of my favorite colors. The only reason why I've stuck with blue is because the Vigo case I originally bought came with blue LED fans. Oh, you know what? Almost forgot. The power supply. Well, I picked up that thermal tape with the original build, 500 watt. I didn't want to risk it, so I picked up a Corsair TX850M, 850 watt power supply, gold rated. Granted, it's an older model. It's like 2017, and it's a refurb. But I got it for $49.99. And this typical power supply, if you look on Amazon, is still warranting a $99.99 price tag. All right, so let's crunch some numbers. How much did it cost to put together? $1,132.91. Yeah, I didn't think I would be investing that much into a PC, but I ended up investing that much. Now, keep in mind that is what it would cost if you were starting from scratch. In my situation, it actually only cost me out of pocket since the start of the build $644.93. And the reason why it is like pretty much half of what the actual cost is because a lot of the stuff that's in here I already had. Either way you look at it, it's a pretty good deal, especially for what this machine can do. And I'm pretty much happy that I did it and I invested the time and the money into doing it. All right, so do I have any regrets in building Baby Blue over here? I think the first regret would be that I didn't take it seriously when I first initially started. To be honest with you, I was just in such a hurry to build a PC after helping my friend Burt build his that I was more than happy to build just like a cheap little PC and I would be fine with that. And I had been fine with that for years because I'm primarily a Mac guy. After I built it, I was like, okay, let's play around with it. Let's see if I can video edit on it. And I couldn't. So then that's when everything just spiraled out of control. I knew my plan was to flirt around with moving over to Windows. I should have built a lot better and a lot smarter instead of prolonging this whole process. So I do regret that. I regret getting rid of the Ryzen 5 1600. I thought that chip was going to be fine, and it would have been fine for all of my needs. It was working just fine in video editing and some light gaming. It was perfect. I knew that I was going to kind of like flirt around with picking up a Ryzen 7 2700 or a 2700X. I should have not bought the Ryzen 7 1700 and just stuck it out with the Ryzen 5 1600. I think I really want that 3900X, but do I need it? And the last thing that I regret with this build is the case. And that was me once again thinking that, you know, I'm a Mac guy. I don't care what my PC looks like. Things have changed since this build. I am going to upgrade the case, but I'm not doing that until Black Friday, Cyber Monday, when I see some deals come out. So is there anything that I really like about this build? Yeah. Outside of those cons, everything. So much in fact that, as difficult as this is to say, I think your boy has rejoined the PC master race. Yeah, I think I have, because nothing beats the fact that I can do whatever I want to this machine to keep myself up to date. With Apple machines, you can't do that. I mean, you can do that with the new Mac Pro, but I'm not a professional, so I'm never gonna buy one of those machines. I have the 2010 Mac Pro, and I love the fact that I can upgrade that as I see fit. But the only thing I can do to that is a better graphics card. And moving forward, I'm gonna have to hack it in order to get the latest OS. And I think as it stands right now, what I have in here, this machine is gonna last me a good 2 years before I even have to touch anything inside of it to make it up to date. And even when those 2 years come, I'm thinking the only thing I'm probably gonna have to touch in this thing is, of course, the CPU, and maybe the GPU, and I might dabble in an NVMe, but I can't justify it right now. If you guys and gals are interested in this build piece by piece, I'm gonna list every single thing that I use so that you can build it to the T. And if you have any questions about my building process and my thought process behind what I've selected, hit me up in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. You can also hit me up on Twitter and ask me questions there about this particular build. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. So do me a favor, if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. But no matter what you do, don't forget to subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to click that bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. And until I see you in the next video, this is PJ the Great saying Audi 5000G. I am hot as hell. Damn, these lights are hot. Go turn the air conditioner on.
Trendsetter, I got style for you. They see you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop.